The following is a special presentation of MRUno Division 1 Super League 2025. Laraujo versus Nick. Week 5. The pressure, everything for Nick. And for Lara, the gas needs to be mashed to the floor. Despite Lara losing to Caesar, he can't let off the gas. It still needs to be mashed. A tough loss, but opportunity ahead. For Nick, there's only one way through. That's a win. You can't control what you can't control. Sure, he can get help, but a win solves everything. And against one of the most methodical players and slow-paced players in Lara, he will have to go all in. A man that's been through the ringer this Super League. Controversies, highs and lows, and no matter where the town led, he found a way on one alley. An alley for a victory in sight. But for Lara, he wants to put an end to that. He has one thing to play for. Not only advancement, but a chance as the Group A winner of Super League 2025. Both are ready. The stakes are higher. Nick, it's do or die. Lara, some help, but looking to stake a claim. Who's going to live? It's a battle of Canada versus Ohio. It's the March champ versus the lightning speed of Laraujo in Super League. One last chance to prove your worth. One last chance to go into battle and fight for a spot. I said it last night. Pressure is a privilege. Under intense pressure, diamonds are created. But last night was the floodlights. Today's the sunrise and a high noon showdown with holsters ready to go. It's Nick versus Lara. Lara versus Nick. One last chance. We know Lara's clinched, but it's all on the line for Nick. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a delayed, we apologize for the delay, version of Nick versus Lara. We had some audio problems, but seemingly be fixed now. We have the team. I got Art on it. Shout out Art here. Working on desktop audio. We do see the intro was playing, so that's good. But we just got to make sure the audio is good for the opponents and so they can hear themselves on YouTube. But I'll have that for when we get to questions. Pretty simple schedule today. This is the game. This is it. We know we have Monkey background, but that game is only going to be for second place. Monkey and BC have both clinched. Group B is now decided. Shout out to Acosta, as I said last night. Congratulations to Acosta on winning the entire group stage. That's both Group A and B, as he had the most points with 10 points. He'll be the 7th seed. Gunn could be the 8th seed. Depends if Lara wins here. If Lara wins, we'll need a big win. If Nick wins, then that will stop it, and Nick would move up to that seed line, I believe, pending what happens with the third place at the 3 o'clock game today. That's really the scenarios. We got the point standings here. Lamas made. Pretty simple. Nick wins here today or ties. He's moving on. And if he doesn't win, then he's going to have a 6-2 from Lara, and then we go to some tiebreakers, which are, there's no head-to-head in that. We don't have a GD. It'd be 0-0. It'd come down to road record. We have some road record stuff and points with last place, stuff like that. But we're not there yet. We have to see how this one settles out. But that's the scenarios. There's not much left to really talk about. We'll go into the scene. Sanford is, it's Sanford's joining me. It's pretty simple today. There's really only one scenario for Nick. It's just get the tie and move on. And for Lara, just out here tuning up. We saw last year, really the biggest story was Nam. He had that week 5 tune-up game was allowed. We saw Acosta had tune up. Even he seemed to be tuned up a little bit different, not playing his usual 1 hour plus. So maybe he's trying things. How does Lara approach this knowing next round's here, and how does Nick go for the play for that tie and just secure that 1 point and end the story? Thoughts on that before we get into the game?
Well, I will say that for Lara, the obvious thing that they've got going that will be helpful is they've got ultimate control over deciding how hard they want to play this. Obviously, with already being advanced, you're playing for what seed you are, which is something else that's good. Is with this format, if it was like a regular season game, Lara's already clinched. There's not really any benefit of, oh, what's the difference between 9th and 10th, other than the fact of maybe which bye you get. But when you're in the group stage, there is a difference between 7th, 8th, 9th. You're deciding who you're playing in that next round. You're deciding what's your path to trying to get to Super League or to the Super League title at that point. And also for Lara, they're deciding whether or not they really want Nick in that next round. Are you worried about Nick if he gets out of this group stage? Lara's got a little bit of control over that too, and that depending on how this goes, maybe Brad gets into the next round. So a lot there for Lara to think about how they want to play this.
Thank you, Sanford. Appreciate it. We'll get right to the. I think both players should toss. It doesn't matter who goes first. We'll start it off with Lara here. Pretty much locked. Lara pretty much locked in today. There's nothing really to play for in terms of maybe getting advancing, but you do have a chance to play for that number 1 seed overall in this group. You have to get a big win here today. Need a 7-1 tie gone. But regardless, how do you approach this? Do you try to go for the tune-up strat? Do you just play normal stuff? What's the mindset here, knowing that this is a little bit of a fun week before you get to the heat of the battle, which will be next week?
I think I'm just gonna play normal for today because it's nice knowing that I'm guaranteed into the bracket stage, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna let Nick just uh, have the whole set, just make it easy for him. Still want to sharpen up.
Going to sharpen up goes who Nick. Simple for you, man. You know this scenario. Just got to get 1 point say on the board. A tie would pretty much seal it. Even an L in a 5-3, you still be in. But you're looking to get that second place. How do you try to approach and attack this one against Lara here as you look to advance as well? We'll keep it short today.
Yeah, we're just gonna take it one game at a time. Just gonna keep on playing the same brand of Uno that's gotten me to this point, that's gotten me into the Super League field, that's gotten me into this position where a tie or even a 5-3 loss will get me advanced. Can't be feeling any of the pressure right now. Just gotta take it one game at a time. Hope the cards are somewhat even. If the cards aren't even, well, that's just out of my control. We just gotta control what we can control at the end of the day and go from there.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. And I want to thank Guard. He says he can hear both players just fine, and Sanford. So appreciate that from Art as I'll hang up the phone with him, which I just did. Thank you, Nick, for that response. Pretty simple today. Nick versus Lara. The final week of best of 8 before we see you next year on that. We'll see how it goes until then. All right, let's get to it. Without further ado, Nick versus Lara. Lara, I believe, won the toss. Let me just make sure on that.
Well, that's how it got set up.
Well, Nick won the toss and he deferred, so Lara will get the receiving end. Here we go. All right, Lara, your game 1. Nick, Luke's our referee. Sorry for the delays. Your call, buddy, for game 1. What are we thinking? You'll start us off at home. What we got?
Let's start with the middle of the road 10.
All right, just the way I like it. 5 on the right, 5 on the left. We'll start it off with 10. We saw one game earlier that has a similar scenario. That was Acosta Gold. Acosta playing a little bit different. Lara says full throttle today. Well, let's see what happens. Sanford in the booth with me. He'll be our CH man underway and our scoreboard guy. We'll start it off with Lara's card. There, how about that? That's always a classic.
Well, Nick's in trouble then.
10 out of 10, right? That's a 10 out of 10 from the judges. All right, we'll see what happens here, Sanford. Like I said, different type of game style today, different type of gameplay. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think from Lara's side. We could see he said he's going to play normal. We could see aggression. We could see just the classic take it easy, slow burner. We could see something completely different ammo. It's hard to read when you have this locked in, but it appears I don't think Lara's considering controlling his own destiny of who he's going to let. And this wasn't, I guess, Acosta. He was more definitely into that style, but not so much Lara's. We'll start it off with the red.
Well, and I think for Lara, it's easy enough to play it normal for the first couple games, see what the cards are doing for you. If the cards aren't going his way, it's a lot easier to say, okay, well, I'll just turn it down and kind of coast in than it is to not to be getting the cards and automatically be turned down to start. For Nick, obviously, I mean, as we now have both players definitely, I think for Nick, the goal has to be trying to get the 3 games as quick as possible, because while, yes, the tie gets him in, ultimately, win, lose, or tie, the key really for him is make sure that he stays ahead of Brad on the GD, which, if he can get to the 3 wins, he's going to guarantee that he does.
Well, already you can see Sanford, Nick going aggressive with a double Nick combo right there. +4 from him, a little triple action. He definitely putting the aggression on, turned up to 11 right here. Start off. See if Lara can respond. 4 freshies in the back pocket. What does he got? Nick aggressive early.
Ways to play this. Stays blue with a lane card.
Classic lane. Here comes Nick. Does he have a finish right here? This would be something. That'd be a plan A win off the top if that were the case. Or that. Rainbow skid. What in the... I mean...
That's one way to do it.
There's nothing really to add. I mean, let's see. 4, 5, 6. You got 7 out of 10 action cards. There's no question for me to ask there, Sanford. Nick, I don't got anything, buddy. That's just 70% on the action cards. That's game over. I don't got anything. Lara, I don't got anything. Did you have anything? Nothing. I don't think you could have expected that.
No, he was just loaded. I had a +2, but that was about it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll move on. Not much to say there, Sanford. Classic, just your ordinary rainbow skip, just the way we like it, just how we drew it up for game 1. Well, no feeler there, but Lara, your game 2 call. We'll keep it rolling. There's nothing there to sad there. What are we thinking?
Let's go to 11.
All right, we'll go 1 up this time. All right. Well, after that, whatever that was, we'll try to see if we can rally back here to game 2. Started off with another skip here, and just looking back at that last game, Sanford, reverse skip met is crazy, but that's definitely one of the ways to finish a game of all time. To have a rainbow skip combo to finish her off, that's as rare as it gets.
Is that double skip to start now?
Yeah, what was it?
Into a cherry 0?
Lara, it was Lara. So we've had Lara, Leah. How many skips have we seen?
It's a blues. We've got both the cherry black 0 sugar and the
www.drinkmenergy.com. Get the cherry and the blueberry, but man, we have seen. I'm just trying to think here. What, 8 skips to start? Something like that.
I mean, 2 of them from the bot.
6 skips then. 6 or 7 skips over. That's crazy. No, 6 skips. Yeah.
Skips. Nick with all 4 of the player skips.
That's explosive.
Another swap.
That's
this
explosive.
Time to yellow.
That's explosive to start off.
Okay, does Nick have a 5 because he swapped colors every single time? No.
Could be having a weak hand. Sometimes it could be a weak hand. We talked about.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't played an action card yet.
Yeah, so it could be a weak hand who's just trying to burn off the fat, either one, and has a bunch of action to the end.
Lara back to blue.
Yeah, great player from Lara. Try to get the ISO going. Nick will roll into the Brad.
The problem with playing an ISO, though, when someone's already color swapped twice in the first 2 plays is it's unlikely that they don't have that other color that you're swapping to, though, even as Larry gets a double up in there.
You never know, though, with this spot, man. You never know. Well, there's a heat check action card, as I call it. The old heat check wild. Llamas. Nick, already aggressive. He's been just linear, point A to point B. Nothing else to waste here so far on action cards and ammo. Lara only had a +2 to boot in game 1. Does he have any more here? Nick put in the pressure.
A wild here.
Yep.
This would be the spot to definitely fire back another wild if you had it. Keep
Wild
the lead. Doesn't allow Nick to play the yellow that he clearly wants.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe a wild cross coming, or where we'll shut that up with a little reverse skip meta end around. Let's see. It's usually the 2 things he likes doing. Shuts that up with a cross back wild, or a little skip meta end around, reverse skip meta. It's usually his 2 most common moves.
Took some time to go and set this one up, whatever it's going to be. So either could have had maybe like a couple plays there to do, one of which would have been maybe even staying on yellow.
Really taking his time loading up.
Although the longer this is typing, it's more likely to be a double, even triple play.
Is this really about to be a 6-bagger? Oh, God.
It could. This
Oh,
+2.
That's not.
No.
Oh, my gosh. That's a monster. That's a monster play. Have a +12 to Nick and throws a heat check.
Yeah, but that's a lot of cards to give when you get down to only 1. Nick's still up at 18. Like,
well, Nick's going to respond back. There's no way, right? Surely.
It's going to be either a +2 or a +4 here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think something's going to come on. Here he comes. Taking his time loading up. Was that?
That was red typing.
What?
Now Nick loading up.
Okay. Goes back to the yellow wild, and well, okay. And Larry draws
Gets
that.
it.
Yeah, smart move there.
Risky play that pays off. Because, I mean, we haven't... It's a logical play that Lara wouldn't have had yellow, but... I don't know if I would have risked... Although, I guess being up to 1-0, maybe I would have done the same thing.
Well, it's early, right? It's early. Nick will play yellow too, and
Lara and the reason why right here is because now once you get into this, you're also playing the minesweeper though of what numbers could Lara maybe have or not have.
Either that or a top deck will always be a. Well, there you go.
Yeah, top 7.
Yep. And now you got to wonder if you're Nick. You got, like I said, a 1 in X amount of shot. Is there another 7 in Lara's back pocket? Otherwise, this is a.
The problem is the only number that we know we don't have in like red, for instance, is the 0. But there's still the green 0 out there too if Nick were to have the yellow one. So there's plenty of numbers that could still be costly in a color. The only numbers that we've ruled out in any color was the 2 on yellow and blue, plus the 0s on red and blue.
Nick can think this one through, take his time. I think for Lara, it's just you hope for a switch, right? You're probably praying for a switch or that whatever number on the back end is there.
Goes for monkey.
It's just the right move. Let's see. It goes for monkey's buddy. It is. Yep.
Okay. So at this point, if you are Nick, I think you can rule out the idea that it's going to be a 2 or a 3 and a 5.
Well, now it doesn't matter because Lara now has.
It still matters, though. I mean, it still does matter when especially
Well,
when you do a switch.
now it
color.
matters. Okay. I thought he would just roll the yellow. That's.
Well, maybe he did. That's the problem. Maybe he did.
There's Nick. Yeah, so I'm interested in that move to not roll the yellow. Just go to. We must have something here, right? No.
Well, Lara had his own card.
Then that tells me is that was a good return from Lara to throw all that heat because Nick's not getting anything as of now in return. Lara can finish it off right here. That was a good plus 12.
No, it doesn't. Just check.
Good plus 12 though from Lara, you gotta say, Sanford. If Nick can't even fire back with a plus 4 this game, no.
No.
All right, so no blue or yellow, so it's got to be a Christmas color.
It's got to be green. And the only reason why I'm saying is because we haven't seen green show up.
That's another reason, yeah. That's another reason why maybe you hold back on any extra potential ammo.
Oh.
He's going in. Well, this will prove.
He's on deck, so he didn't hear us say that it's got to be green.
Yeah, Is it game now? Let's see. Is that a skip?
No, it's just check.
Well, this has got to be the plus
gotta
2.
Got to have either skips or something here. Something there.
Oh, here we
Not at
go.
all.
Look at this into a quintuple. Keeps the game alive, and he's cut this down to just a pair now. Lara's up a pair.
8-minute mark, which probably a good time for the tape or for the log check, but
that's okay. We'll keep it going. Lara's got no green, so even if he, no green. It might have been the red, Sanford. I think Lara had a red. I got a feeling Lara had a red. But we'll see. So he's still drawing. Nick can basically just run it clean now. Wow.
Well, he's given him the red.
But he's stolen possession, though. He stole that possession. He's flipped the board. He's flipped the board. Let's see what Lara will do now. Let's see if he can find a little bit on this red that had been the early plus 2 initiator when he threw that plus 12 monster.
Well, it wasn't the initiator, it's how it ended.
Right.
Got it to red as the ending of that monster run.
Here comes Lara looking for a potential fire back. Well, that will fire right back. Plus 4. Stops Nick in his track, and he'll get the scoreboard lead now. A little flipper. This time into the JT blue from the Tago. Let's see if Nick can find a little bit more of these freshies. But so far, I wouldn't say he had a crazy return.
Oh, no, all even a plus 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, he really didn't have much. Well, there we go. Nothing there.
Solid play from Lara.
Now just draw city. Yep, draw city. That will do there. So we'll just get out of a jam, get out of the pickle. Lara's still up a big monster 5-10. Looking to maybe get it to 4. Let's see. Plenty of blue to really go around in action cards though, Sanford. Not a problem there.
Well, but no way of unless it's skips, you can't get it to green.
Yeah,
Halfway
plus 2.
through the normal wilds, both of which were played by Nick.
Yeah, Lara needs a.
What?
Sorry, I forgot to build the line.
Hey, buddy, you got it. Okay.
We're still in Draw City.
Had an intruder. Well, we're still in Draw City here. Plenty of blue to go around, like you said, on action cards. It's just as we continue to draw. It's just going to be depending on when or if they want to make the break.
Well, the win might be closing in though, because Nick, up to that 14 card mark, gonna have to play a card in the next 6.
I think Lara's going to force his hand here. I got a feeling. Oh, here he comes. He's loading up. What's he got in store? Yeah, there we go. There it is, Sanford. Triple play into the red. So Lara now, all of a sudden, flips it back. Up by 8. Let's see what it's going to be from Nick here. And he'll go to yellow, so not the blue ISO. Interesting. Yellow has a +2 remaining. Plenty of reverse skip meta. Everything on the board there. Some numbers. See if Lara can cope. Looking for 5. Or more. Here comes Lara looking to load up here and try to get this into a bigger stance. He got the yellow one. There's the Brock. The guy was trouble earlier.
Interesting that we're now. I'm just now looking at this. I mentioned the 2s before. We've now again burned both 5s in blue and yellow at some point. So it's interesting how many of the colors we've burned in both blue and yellow, considering all this. There's the other yellow 6 now, and so those are gone.
Comes Lara now. What will he do here? Oh, he's going to have a huge play, Stanford. Here's the trips of... Oh! Trips the drip. How about that? Trip.
Not often you see someone do color swap on the same reverse.
Little cross check there, yeah. Little crossover. Double Yoshi split with Toasty to drip. Interesting.
If I'm Nick, that tells me if I can get it to red. But the problem is, can't get it to red on the 0. So if you can get it to red, this is probably
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. The old-fashioned pluser. But that will...
At least it's with just 1 + 4, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, 2.
No, 2.
And Lara's out of red. So, yeah, that's what we thought about. We said it. You said no red from Lara. And even with that return, nothing. But the key here, Sanford, the key is always going to be, can you get the right number down? The 7 is not safe, but it's a little bit easier to think it's not safe because we have had some 7s off the board. Green, yellow, blue. Yep.
Well, we've had 1 7 played in each color. They're not off the board. Now, that's a number that is the only color swap Nick can have here. The only color swap that Lara can have off of a 2 is green. So that is a very safe number to play if you're Nick.
Yeah, that's a safe number. It's all about finding that safe spot. Let's see what it's going to be for Lara. Does he have that too, or what's probably been the more popular thing in the Super League so far? Top Deck City. Top Deck is always coming to play him. Doesn't just have to be a 2. It can be a...
Imagine that Top Deck was the green 2, though.
Oh, God, I really would. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, we've seen some corny Top Decks before, and it's been.
I'm just seeing also. I didn't register it, but I'm just now seeing that the only color that has reverses left is blue.
In the Logan. Logan, threes are interesting. 3's more. Yeah, I was going to say, there was a green 3 lurking. Yeah, double them too.
Well, that's half the 3s off the board, as now we've had 1 in each color. And I guess just on the sheer lack of other numbers in color, I don't think that's how I want to say it. Basically, I was going to try and say that switch to green seemed like the inevitable thing.
Ditto.
Is there's a ditto.
Seen a couple of those so far. Into Aria, there's Nick with a double. Lara, full respect into the gun.
Both green skips all the way. Yep. So now we're down to just half the skips. No, sorry, 3 skips because blue skips have been played.
Skippity doodah today. That's been the theme of this game in this series. So a lot of skips. Into the Brian. So far, we've seen. Let's see. A grand total of
That's the first 9
8 skips.
outside of a blue that's been played. Into the red zone now for both players, though. Nick down to 4. I just noticed we're actually also at the 17.5-minute mark. Definitely not a little over 9 minutes since the last log check. There's the third 0.
Name's your shirt, Jenna. Just waiting on.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's all 4 zeros out of the way. Sorry, I missed the yellow 0.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. Well, Nick's drawing here, so it's hard to get the switch. So it's going to have to be a green number for Lara, just a green number.
It's hard to get the switch. The only way to swap is with a wild, or actually, that is the only way to swap here because there's no +2s in green, there's no reverses in green, there's no skips in green. The only way to and there's no zeros left. The only way to swap off a green 0 right now is a wild.
Or that.
Hello.
That's game.
Well, it was a wild.
Yeah, just the +4. I mean, we're going to start it off with Larry. I want to go to him. Buddy, what a monster return potentially there. But you had that crazy +12. It seemingly worked because Nick couldn't throw a +4 or anything really towards the end. What was the theory behind that play? Did you just want to go for the break considering you felt confident enough that a lot of the +2s have been drawn out and you weren't expecting him to get many +2? What was the theory behind getting to 1 with that monster play?
Well, the +12,
Yes.
that the last card I played on that was a red 4, and then I was at Uno with my last card being a green 4, so I was ready to just go and just win there. But he switched to, what was it, yellow?
Yes.
Which I didn't have. I top decked a yellow 7, and I played that. Let me scroll back up. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I played the top deck yellow 7 and checked him again. And then from there I just got mostly random number cards. I think the real turning point was the draw city where we were both drawing on blue, because from there I was able to build up a good amount of stuff to chain together. Thing is there, he happened to get a +4. Yeah, the red +4, and that wasn't too bad. The +4 gave me 2 greens, a blue reverse, and then a wild 4 of my own. And then from there, I just kept drawing until I had something that I could work with. And then that happened to be the green 3 that let me switch to green, play the rest of my greens, and then use the wild 4 to get to blue and finish off the game. Yeah, that was about it.
I got you there. Yeah. So it definitely appears a really good return for you and maybe a bad return for Nick. Nick, when you got that +12, seemed to be a good return for Lara, as you didn't get much action cards. You did throw that wild yellow, but maybe a bad return because you didn't have enough dry powder to work with, or do you think it came down to not going aggressive on using your +4 when you got to that check because you sensed it was early? Sanford was saying it was early. You might as well try to go easily a yellow wild, right? Go back to something you did after that, or say red wild after that cross-check reverse skip meta where he seemed to fade off it, to say the least. So talk me through that game, and do you think the plus 12 ultimately was enough in his avenue to win?
Yeah, it was just a poor return off the plus 12. I only got that wild and then the reverses and the plus 2 that you saw on green off that plus 12. I was doing a really good job whittling down through the numbers and getting to a position where had he not picked up that plus 4 off his draws, I would have had a clean shot at the finish there, but he was able to play that defensive plus 4, and from there it turned into a bit of a draw city. Got the plus 4 off of that, but when your opponent's at Uno, sometimes you gotta test them, but sometimes you just gotta use the plus 4 defensively to get over the red. That was working really well. I had him drawing on the red as well. It seemed like he got a really good return off the plus 4 as well. So, it is what it is. I don't think I did anything too poorly there in that game. We're not going to really look into switching up the strategy too much. Just keep on locking in and hoping the cards go the other way around next time.
Yeah, Sanford is pretty much what we had theorized. Really good return for Lara in the sense that Nick didn't get much dry powder, not enough ammo, but a bad return in the sense for Nick where he wishes he could have had a couple more cards maybe to change the direction of the game. But big win there for Lara, tie it up. Hey, any final thoughts on that game? Great game, too. 18 minutes. Now we got ourselves a feeler. 16 minutes more than the first one.
Yeah, great back and forth there, yeah.
All right, well, we'll go to game 3. Great back and forth, says Sanford. Let's see if the back and forth will continue. Lara, no 11. Free board on that, my friend. What do we think?
I think you go up one more to 12.
All right, we'll 12 pack it up. All right.
Did you say free choice attire there? Because he would have had 11 off board.
No, I said no 11, free board. Other than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Nah, you good. Man, that's the third straight reverse skip meta. The first time Yoshi joins the fray.
Well, at least it's finally not a skip. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We'll take Kevin a reverse card off of the...
Yeah, it opens. Listen, reverse skip meta off the get-go opens the door for aggression, and we saw last night we were getting a couple of those reverses off the start. I believe with when Brock and Nam and I were calling the game last night, and with Brad Caesar. But the only difference in that game, well, two differences. It's just Jay was not. He wasn't making the micro decisions. He said as we go to the yellow 7, he wasn't making the micro decisions towards the end. It was getting burnt. Where Brad was just able to compromise. Here, though, both players have been back and forth, and it's been about timing of returns so far. Whoever times that return seems to get the advantage as we see both players play it cool early. No switching yet here, Sanford. We talked about Pandora's Bob. We saw it last night, too. When do you open up all 4 colors? We saw a lot of that towards the later parts of the game. Trying to keep it in that box, right? And, just as I say, a little heat. A little heat there into that Ash Wild.
Yep, into DJ as well, so let's see what Lara's plan here was of wanting red. It's normal.
And both players now content so far to run. Nick back to blue with the crossover to Nom.
Maybe not so content.
So trying to open up that box a little more. Lara, maybe Undercut has to readapt the strats.
Green now, the only color we haven't seen yet.
Into the bad Brad Blue Deuce. And, Nick going back to the original color, the OG yellow 2 to bow, and once again, more flipping, more trying to get Lara off his game. But we talked about this, Sanford. It's either he's burning off the fat for a really good finish or not much in the tank and trying to get Lara guessing, is Lara's
Well,
juiced.
As I was going to say, this was the color that Lara switched off of, so not a bad switch for Nick, even if Lara did have something.
Trying to limit the boxes. There goes Nick into the Acosta 9. Oh, but
That's the
Lara
right
gets it
number.
back to the Allen. That's what Lara wanted, that red.
Little Dolly Parton special as we get rid of the DJ card.
You have DJ off the board now. Here comes Lara. Lara loading up right here. What's it going to be here, Sanford? Oh, he goes to green. There we go. That opens up the box. Yep. The box is open. What crayons are
Trips
in?
5.
Back to yellow, though, from Nick into Sting. And now, does Lara have another 5 answer?
Gonna be the blue for the Skittles.
Oh,
Hey!
there it is. Pop open. I don't have any on me, but pop them open. We got to get something better for that, by the way. We got to get something better.
Probably do.
I think
Off-season goal.
well, Yoshi's actually here. It's kind of funny. He said he was going to try to get something better for that. Or maybe Lamas. One of the two. I don't know. Lamas is usually our GIF guy. And
I think it works as like, considering it works as long as it's not being used as a reaction.
yeah.
It works because like there's not really much you can do on a emote. That's like the size of the box, no matter what.
That's true, though. You have a certain limit. But back to the game, into the bad Brad Blue Deuce. Lara looking to potentially ice Nick back to maybe oblivion here as he's loading up big. We saw that +6, or that 3+2 into a +12 earlier in that previous game. So you have something dialed up here. Really loading up Sanford. This could be oblivion right here.
I could, but do you really expect it to be the 6-card run here to the finish?
Oh, no, I'm just saying to get the check with the 5 card. Holy cannoli! Froze the bot.
Yeah, well, I even tried doing card history at that point, and the interaction failed.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Oh boy.
It's not just me, folks. It could be Discord.
No, it's because I can't even get the card history to load up. So
We saw this last night. Jay Caesar described it as the API sneeze.
Well, we can pause it on the good thing about having the YouTube side is we can pause it while waiting for the bot.
Well, I can fill that in. Let me just check. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Interaction failed. Well,
I paused the timer while waiting.
oh, the timer.
once it
Yeah,
loads in.
you can always stop each time. That don't worry about it. But yeah, we'll wait for the bot here. Lara.
There it goes.
Oh, hold the phone. Well, there we go. Hold the phone, Nick. All right, now Lara can continue. I was thinking about that, but no. Now we're good. There just goes to a double dark sandwich into Goldie. We started off with Clay with that 4, and there it is. Yeah, that's the finish. There's the skip into that 9. Lara with basically the din cha-ching rinse and repeat of game 2. This time actually finishes the job. Lara, what a monster hand. That was all from the get-go, no?
Yes.
Okay, there's no question.
Yeah, the one time I drew, I think it was, I got the green 9 from it.
Okay.
Which actually helped me win in the end because I was able to switch to, no, actually the green 9 was the last card I played. Okay, that didn't really matter then.
No, I was going to say, wait a minute. Green. All right, nothing didn't matter. Okay. I don't got a question, Nick. That reminds me of the first game, definitely, where you had that rainbow skip finish, and this one, game 3. Nothing really to add. I don't got anything. And that's how it is sometimes, Sanford. We've seen it with this. Yeah, don't worry about it. 30 seconds. Forget that. We've seen it with this package sometimes with this bot where Nick gets a whiplash win, Larry gets one. This game 2 was definitely more back and forth, 18 minutes. But definitely we've seen some interesting whiplash early. We've seen some gameplay where the box needs to open up a little later with the 4 colors. We've seen a little bit of some dittos, but not a lot. Reverse skip meta cooled off that game for the most part. If we don't count the initial reverse, it was just the finishing there. So Nick couldn't even play a skip or reverse. Thoughts on what we're going to have for Lara's last homestand game before we move into Nick? Because he's up 2-1 right now.
Well, I think for Nick, you're looking to probably try and get some of that momentum back. I mean, again, he comes into the spot at least with a little bit of an advantage of he knows what Brad did. That's the advantage of playing the last game of the round, is you already know what the opponent has done in this case. But he definitely doesn't have the momentum on his side right now, which is probably not what he would like going into his homestand.
Well, momentum is everything in Super League, especially these GS games. Let's see what Lara's going to do for his final homestand of the group stage. Lara, last one, buddy. What are we thinking?
Like number 13.
We'll keep it at 13. Yeah, I was going to say, Sanford, you wouldn't expect a full send there because you're not
for the end.
Yeah, it's not the end, right? We're not near the end, so it's still early. But this could be a good.
Near the end, he also doesn't need the game either.
Right.
So.
This might be good for Lara too. We talked about starting at home, assuming he gets it. Oh boy.
Okay. I will wait for the first card to show up before I start the timer.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird, man. But
we've had this.
We saw this last.
Had stuff
we saw this last night a little bit. The API sneezing.
Well, and Discord apparently had. I don't know which part, but there was definitely like an outage in Miami apparently. So, of some kind, at least with something. So.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do, man? That's just classic chord. Oh, there we go. There's the Miami guy. There he is. Started out.
And so far, 4 games, we've had 4 action cards on the start. The bot's being lucky right now, but maybe not necessarily the players.
Yeah, Bob want to go to the casinos. That's what it is. All right, Lara will start it up now. Now we'll start the game. I was just thinking about this. Acosta had mentioned this. Kind of wanted to start early at home because if you are a top seed entering the next stage, which we know Acosta will be, Lara potentially could be as well, you want to have that early start, right? It's always a beneficiary when you're a 7-8 seed for the next week too.
Well, and a normal yellow one.
I wouldn't say it's normal considering that guy's still on the watch list of William Brett. I don't think he's normal.
That's beside the point.
Yeah. There's Acosta, just mentioned him. Oh, there's Allen, so there's the switch. There we go. Once again with the switching as we go to the Zero Sugars pack. We'll see. Stack Johnson. Stack.
Yoshi apparently joined because he heard that we've been getting a lot of yellow reverses.
Just one off the start. There's Brock again.
Well, we had one on the start, but there was the one game where I think both yellow reverses got used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was just one off the start, though. I think.
Oh, Nick making sure we're out of Brock cards beside, no matter what.
Out of sight, out of mind. William Brock, out of mind.
There's the monkey card. 1 up to
Rogers. Double Rogers, ditto. And Nick draws. Here comes Lara now with the attack.
That's interesting, I guess. I mean, if Nick's numbers didn't line up, so be it. But to run out on a ditto, is not the most ideal situation.
No, and here comes Lara. Let's see. Let's see what he's got. Oh, heat check back to red. Yeah. Well, heat check there from Lara. We saw Nick switch off that red, though, so Lara taking a gamble here. Or maybe trying to get Nick to play some cards. Yep, there we go.
Oh, my gamble does not work.
Doesn't work, but it flushes out Nick's plus twos, and then that's interesting because it's a game of returns. Red one. Yep.
Oh,
Called it. There it is. Back to red. Does Nick have a trip one
yes.
combo? Well, he can still run. Into you, buddy. That's always funny, though. Go right back. Play
yeah, it is kind of fun. Especially considering we've used up now both red ones. We've used up both yellow ones. So if there's another one played, there's only two of them. There would be only two of them left after that.
Ones are wild. That's why it's called Uno. Anyway.
Been waiting a long time to use that one.
A little bit, yeah. You got it. Like I said,
Logan, half off.
you got to think here if you're Nick. You were saving. The only reason why you run out of yellow there is you were saving maybe a color to go back to. You wonder if he is maybe still saving one yellow in the back pocket, but yeah, something to keep in mind.
I don't think with the draws that the way they happened, I don't think he's saving a yellow, but he might have been definitely saving these reds that he needed. As one down to appear, and there's the other red three.
Starting to get stuff off the board, Lara now. It's going to come down to that return. We talked about with that plus 12. It was a good return for Lara, but a bad return for Nick. Will it be a good return for Nick and a bad return for Lara? We'll find out.
6-card difference.
But it's Lara Sanford. He's taking his time again.
Still no greens either.
5-card difference.
There's
now.
the other red 9.
Here comes Nick. He'll go to the Zach.
Well, that is in terms of what we had left on the board. That's max to min. Because there was no ones, there was no 0.
That will do.
Now, what does Lara have as a response, though?
Couple options I see. One, using that CH, right? Trying to think what the next best move is. Or B, gambling on Nick having no more. Because we've been on red for a second. So do you dare risk the switch? That's probably what's going through his mind right here.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for the next best play, there's no guarantee he has it, but I'd say the red 4. Red 4 would be the safest play if you're wanting to keep it red. Only because there's no yellow 4s, so the only swap would be green or blue. Everything else, there's at least one of in the other 3 colors. So, I obviously reverse skip could be the play.
Oh, here we go.
And
Here we go, Sanford. Here comes Lara, taking time. This is the usual classic. Take your time, load up and go. Here we go. Remember, this is the last week for no power play. That comes back next week. So that's something to keep in mind with pace.
did we change that?
Yeah. Power play's back next week. That is changed.
Well, that's changed from last year.
Yeah. Longer series, too. No, best of 7, best of 9s next week.
Oh, okay.
Then best of 11s and 13s to round it out. Here comes Lara. Let's go back to the action here. Let's see if he has a reverse skip meta as we theorize. Oh, this is gonna. There's the thank you for the watch that. This is gonna be another Oblivion play here. There it is. Huge Oblivion play. How about a 6-pack? Look at that. Toasty, Hockey, G, Gold, into Yoshi, and
6
finish off the
cards
Grim
to
Reaper.
Nick in there.
Well, you know what? Turn around, fair play. Nick,
Literal table flop.
yep, Nick gave 6. Larry gave. Which return wins out? Which return is going to win out? That's the question. If the return of Lara wins out again, that'd be 2 out of 3. That'd be something to keep in mind, as Nick will just smart play to play cool. Good play there.
I mean, it could be. It could also backfire, though, considering Lara's down to 2.
I like doing
Not
it. Oh, we might not have anything, Sanford.
well, it's looking like Nick doesn't have it, and the problem is Lara could easily have the double here. It's not
Split ammo, yeah.
out of the...
Is this an Alan
Well,
Chomic
it'd be a little bit
special?
more split.
It'd be the Alan Chomic special. That's all I would say. Yep, there's the Alan Chomic. That's the split ammo. There it is. I mean, it's a game of returns, man, and Lara timed that return up pretty damn special. Lara, that return basically won you the game because I don't think Nick received anything on it. We'll have to ask him, but talk to me through it. Why did Red Wild there early? Were you trying to get Nick to burn some of his stuff? You did a little LOL there to get back to the red one. Nick did actually burn a lot of his red, but you ultimately had a really solid finish with the split ammo play we've seen from Alan and Chomic. Thoughts on getting the win, that early Wild, and another good return on your end in the sense that Nick didn't have much from his return, from your return.
Okay, so before I played the Red Wild, the plan was to switch over to red, play the 3 red cards I had, and then switch back to yellow. But Nick switched back to yellow a little early, so I had to use the wild to get back to red. And then from there, he just happened to go to he happened to go onto the blue one. Well, from there, he gave me the +6. He closed it off with the blue one, and I just happened to get a red one from the +6 that I could switch over to red. The +6 mainly gave me just more reds. So yeah, I just had to weed down those, and then from there switch back over to yellow finally, and then close it off.
Right, I got you. And there's that return. We'll talk about it. We'll see what Nick has in return, special alley. But Nick, you threw the +6 early. That return, it's been probably the story of this game. Looks like Lara had a decent return, but he could have made some stops. But you didn't get anything on his +6, I'm guessing, or did you get something and ultimately you weren't expecting the split ammo? I thought it was a good play doing the early test, but then he finished off with the split ammo, which we've seen so famous with Alan and Chomic. What happened there at the end?
Yeah, nothing off the +6 at the end there. Off the start, I only had the one red +2, and then my other draw was the blue +2. That was all of my ammo that game. So maybe it was a little bit unwise to dump it right away, but you got to do something to hold him back at least a little bit, make him put in a position where the way ahead isn't as straightforward, because usually you expect ammo to be on the other side already if you're getting nothing off the start. So I'm getting a little bit of a whiplash for what happened game 1. But this is nothing new for me. I've been fighting against the bot every single series. One of these times the luck has to turn around the other way around, though, right? Hopefully, right?
Except that J game.
Yeah, tell yourself that.
Yeah.
No, if you look at the J game, I was behind on wild +4s and wilds, and the other was even. I just beat up straight up. The Brad game I was behind.
I can't tell you how many times I've had a series where I'm like, oh, it's got to turn around.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee with this bot, man. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah. And especially in Super League. Look at my 2023.
That was the first year. That was a long time ago. That was the first year. That wasn't on this bot.
It was old bot. It was the first time we'd done don't have to win a series.
Yeah, that was.
But I mean, that was a terrible. That was terrible of like trying to fight the bot. That was bad.
Nah, no one knew what the hell we were. No one knew what we were doing. I mean, no one knew what we were doing 2 years ago. We were just all test monkeys, test subjects. That's the problem in the first year of anything. But yeah, so far, Lara's, since that Whiplash game 1 has dominated his homestand, now it's up to Nick to try to turn the tables. And so far, it's been upper tier Sanford. Thoughts on what Nick's got to do to win 3 more here? Because he needs 3 more to get the tie. And for Lara, just needs to get 2 more, and then we really have an interesting game 7-8 where it comes down to GD. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, Lara takes the advantage on the cards played there as well because it was tied going into that game. Oh shit. Oops, I clicked on something. I was trying to click close on a notification and I accidentally clicked on it. Let's see. For Nick, I mean, hard to say. He's got two ways of really kind of going with this. We've been more or less on that mid tier. We've seen it all in the same range, so definitely a lot of room for breaking away from that. Maybe that's the ticket. Get some momentum there. But definitely not in a great spot. But I wouldn't say it's terrible yet either, considering his point situation.
We're gonna find out what he'll do here. Nick, no 10 free border wise. What do you got? First to 4. Well, this is what we expected.
Right.
Then drop it down, see if the luck can change. Right. That's what Nick done. What he did it against Ashley, he's done it against. Was it Caesar? Maybe, I don't know. But he's done it a couple times this year, so it's definitely playing. It was bow tie. I think it might have been bow, but that was one of the dominant win. Yeah. Started off with Brock. Gosh.
I don't think I see a card there, KT. How about you? What yellow one? I mean,
I'm gonna kick somebody's butt. No, anyway. What?
Double into a draw?
Double Yoshi toast draw. Okay.
At first I thought it was a triple play, but then it's like, wait, no. That's
Nick.
Well, this advantage Lara because Nick's desperate now. That's what that tells me.
No yellow for Nick already. That's and no red.
On a 7-card start, I don't get the logic of playing yourself into a draw.
Lara has chickens right here. Free chickens to do whatever.
Because I think what Nick's basically just also confirmed to Lara is that he has no red. And top decks.
My goodness!
So Nick's got no red, and I would say 90% sure he has no yellow. He's on 2-color straw on a 7-card start.
Lara can,
and he's given that information up from the get go.
And Lara can run with any action card. All it's going to take is one little action card. What is going on?
That's a choice.
Well, it gives Nick
Zero Sugar Blueberry.
Yeah, www.dreamer.com. But Sanford, what are we watching here? What are we? Nick gets it back off a skip draw. What are we doing?
I'm perplexed. I'm bamboozled. I am confused.
I'm interested.
What?
What are we doing?
Regardless of who wins this game, the question's going to be, what the heck? Nick's gotten himself into the lead. He's at 3. Lara's drawing at 8.
Commentator whiplash, I guess. Well,
Nick bails out.
Well, but I don't mind the bail. You're trying to get to somewhere. That's fine.
Zero Sugar play.
Low ammo. No ammo. No, Lara would have to have the ammo here, otherwise it's no ammo game. That's why Nick. That's the only reason why I think Nick did that. Low ammo. Here comes Lara. Hold on. This isn't over yet because Lara's known to save cards to the end. Yeah, +4.
Stays green.
Okay, keeping it green. You know what? I don't mind that play. I don't mind that at all. Yep, that's why I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it because maybe there wasn't the green on the other end, but now with the raw number, it opens up the door. Okay, so maybe they're both going to play double ghost. Still wrapping my mind around that earlier part, definitely.
Yeah, that's where my mind still is at. Like,
interesting. One up this time. Times it by 3 to Sanford.
And Yoshi, to answer the question, yes.
A lot of yellow starts. Yeah, there's been a lot.
He gets how many yellow starts? I go, yes.
Yeah, that's a yes. That's the answer. Here comes Nick looking for the finish. Let's see if he's got it.
I mean, if he doesn't, Lara very well could at 3.
Well, it's either check or Nick got it for sure. No, it's a back to green.
Green.
That's where he had faded off earlier. What will Lara have? Oh, yellow is just the wrong color. No, right color.
We're on trick 9 still.
Lara for check. Just flip the game. Got the call. Got it in. Holy cannoli. You cannot get that. That couldn't be any closer. Lara for the win. Okay.
Double Uno.
Monkey, but will it matter? Lara gets it, and what a game, man.
What a save to get that in.
That's a...
What was that game?
Yeah, what was that? What the heck? I gotta go. I'll go to you in a sec. I want to start off with Nick. Nick, what was the theory behind that skip draw twice? Reverse and skip draw twice to start the game. Were you just trying to play number efficiency, connect something, wait for a draw? I'm interested in that.
I was looking for a switch out. I eventually got it off the blue skip that Lara played, and I had it lined up perfectly, but of course Lara has to get the +4 top deck right at the exact moment I was about to win, and then we go back into that whole thing with the numbers. Every single time he pulls a clutch draw out of his hat. Again, I've been fighting these draws every single game, every single series. Surely one of these times I'm going to have a draw go my way, right? Right?
Well, I want to go to Lara. Lara, you decided to go into that blue skip draw. What was the theory behind that? And did you pull a top deck? Or did you have that +4 from the start? You're known to save, though. You are known to save some cards like that.
Well, I just wanted to get rid of the blue skip because I didn't have anything else that could connect to it.
Wow. Okay.
And the +4 I had from the start.
I knew it. I was going to say, Nick thought you... No, I know Larry. And that's why I say, Sanford, that's the one thing he's always improved in his gameplay. He's not a guy to panic. And we talked about this with him and really Acosta, the two guys, that they don't panic anymore. And that's just good clutch defense. Now, I will say, Larry, that +4 when you stayed at green, what was the theory behind keeping it green? You felt Nick was in the box right there and you didn't want to go out?
Well, I just had green 0, green 1, and then I was going to switch to red 1, but Nick did it for me.
Okay. So yeah. So there, Sanford. Does that help explain your early thoughts on that opening stanza there, or do you still perplexed?
I mean, I'm gonna say I still don't understand the logic of it. I mean, if you're gonna draw like what Nick did, I feel like just drawing on the yellow would have still been the better play. At least let Lara show that they've got yellow on the 7-card start rather than play the double and then draw. I don't know. Especially considering he ended up top decking the skip and drawing on that too.
We're top decks, man. We're top decks. And that's how it is in this series. We're top decks, but Lara there, no top decks, saved the +4. And that's where he's just been so good so far in this no power play format. You don't have to worry about the aggression of a power play coming from behind or at the head. That's the difference with no power play. You know,
it's all about timing.
Yeah, it's all about timing. Because let's face it.
I mean, but he didn't draw the +4. That's the point.
Yeah.
I would have liked to draw the +4 of my own off the start. Maybe I can get one of those.
You got any pixie dust? I don't know.
Keep trying.
All right. Well, we'll see what it'll be. Nick tried the 7th, didn't work. Nick, your call again, buddy. I need 3 more or something to go right. Let's see if it starts here. What do you got? I know 10, as always. He's gonna go max now, full sender. End it right here, at least on that card choice. Well, these are critical games here, Sanford, because I mean, Lara's
critical for Nick because at this point, I mean, I'm trying to think about the off the table and thinking back to like the week 1, I think it was, where I'm trying to think if Nick has to get this to a draw to take out any of the controversy around that game in question.
I'll worry about that later. I might worry about that right now, but we'll go into the full send.
I mean, I think if you're Nick, you have to start worrying about it, though. That's the problem.
Well, he's got
now that he can't win this game and put that to rest no matter what.
No, he's going to have to go out there and get to. He's got to win 2 out of 3. Then it'd be.
Yeah, he has to win.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
To make that game matter, he has to win at least one of the next 3. I'm trying to think, because if he loses out, then that particular game doesn't matter at all.
Right.
Because those two tied, right?
Yeah. There's no head to head.
Off the result as it stands, those two tied. So if that had been a win for Brad, that would have been a 2-point swing.
I think. Can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, Brad would have had an extra win instead of a draw. So, yeah, he would have had 2 extra points, been at 6. Nick would have 1 fewer point and be at 3.
He did have the J win, yeah. So it'd be 3. Yeah. But we'll see here.
Even at
you go ahead.
So yeah, even a draw, that game would still matter. So the problem is, the only way that game doesn't matter is if Nick doesn't only wins the one game. That's the thing.
We'll get to that bridge when we cross it later if we get there. But
get trips 3 back to blue. Sorry about that tangent. That's just the way my mind works.
Well,
probably the reason why my mind working like that is probably the reason why I'm out of Super League this year.
Well,
too many. If this happens.
Yeah, you can't do that with this bot. This bot's in the moment. You can't be thinking about scenarios with this bot. That's the one thing. It's all about in the moment. As Lara draws here.
Half off special into a draw.
Nick gonna go back to red. Interesting. I was just gonna say, trying to keep it 2-color. He'll go into red, feed it in there.
Well, the good news here is it can't be back to blue either because both blue 4s are done. There's the other 0 for Cherry.
www.drinkmergy.com. Here comes Nick. I'm interested to think if he kept it red, if he's saying, you know what, all 4 colors could be, yeah, he's keeping it 2-color.
That's heat.
That's high heat from
Nick. To go back to blue, where Lara had just drawn.
Yeah, that's high heat. But 2 freshies. We've seen it before. We've seen this game before. 2 freshies, and the returns have been the X marks the spot so far in this series. It's getting late, Sanford. It's game 6 here. There's only 2 more games left after this. I understand trying some.
Oh,
there's the reverse skip meta trips play into the Grim from, of course, Myth and Gold. What will Nick have here? He'll play it cool. He can still fade off it.
Not me asking for it to be pinned. This is me just so I can remember.
Where?
because the idea there is which card is the true connector that he got?
Oh, okay.
That blue skip or the yellow skip?
Let's see what Nick will have here. Well, he gets that one. Well, or that.
That helps.
Double stack wild there. And does that not feel like game
Ends up
one?
the cards played.
That almost is a carbon copy to game one, Stanford. Rainbow skip, triple skip wild. How about that? Technically, it's a true double artificial rainbow. Think about it. All four colors to finish. Nick, that reminded me a lot of game one, buddy. Pretty much the same thing. Only difference is a lot of skip meta, but double stack wild, you had a lot of action cards there. It seemed to conquer. Lara didn't have much. Patience didn't work. Maybe I'll ask him that. But your thoughts on the game there to close it in here?
Really needed that one. It was just using the ammo to, well, it was just being able to run that blue and then use the ammo in an efficient manner to where I was able to get to the end, and he didn't really have much of a reply outside of that switch to yellow, which ironically helped me out with making the finish a little bit less clunky there. But it's a huge relief to get that one. Only need one more to lock myself into the knockout stage, as even a 3-5 loss will do the trick. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That is crazy. That is ridiculous. 1/9 cards played. That's interesting. Lara, did you have something that you were timing up?
Yeah.
What's that?
Because 10 out of 90, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Lara, did you have something timed up to where you could stop him, or do you think that triple play where you got out of yellow was your only legit move?
I had more ammo, but it was mainly on green, and we hadn't switched to green yet. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Ran out
Which
of time.
skip was the connector, the blue or the yellow? Meaning, which skip did you not have before that?
Who's that to?
Oh, like from the +2? I got the blue skip from the +2.
Oh, yeah, okay. That answers the question. I was just asking which skip was the connector. Like, which one did you not have before? Because obviously you were drawing on the blue before that, and then so.
Gotcha. Well, Nick needs one more, as we said. Lara looking to stop that. That's it for the full send, though. We're done with that. Full send's off the table. So we'll keep it going. Nick, no full send, free board other than no 10 and 15. Otherwise, well, okay, 14. So back to the top. Huh?
The problem is, if he does win this, where does he go then? Because Lara won on 13, so that's the real problem, I think. If you're Nick.
I don't know. He'd probably go back to 10 or something. Right around that area, mid-tier, 8 to 10, something like that. We'll see.
And by the way, another yellow start.
Yeah, that's what is that? 5 out of 7 or something? 6 out of 7.
Has there been anything other?
No, we had a red skip, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had 2 skips to start.
Yeah, skippity doo dah for real.
Well, Nick saying enough of the yellow.
Going to LaPlante, interesting. So we talked about keeping it 1-2, buckle my shoe in the color box, and now we're trying to open up more crayons, huh? Let's see what it'll be right here, Stanford, because I really think Mr. Pez. I think really he's going to try to go for that aggressive style. I think he seems to have connected more on the skip card today. For Lara, I wonder if it's just can he get the card he needs and be patient with the timing and the aggression, because the patience is there. It's just the aggression. Now, I'm interested because we haven't seen this whiplash on higher tier. We've only been in the mid tier. Now we're starting against these higher tier starts. You wonder if there is whiplash too. In a sense, as Nick will go back to red, try and open up the box a little more. Those are the key things to watch out for here. Here comes Lara. What has he got in this red now? Nick making the switch, being a little more aggressive. We talked about weaning off those colors towards the end, but a long way to go towards the end here in this game. Plays the Allen appear there from the last two. Here comes Lara again. Nick playing a little bit more aggressive with the color switches and the color combos, trying to get that third win. They're looking to push this to a game A, and then it'll be a real do or die in that one. Into the red one. There's Sanford from Ghost. There you are, buddy.
Yep. Sorry, there's a little bit of conversation about the tiebreakers and
what? Oh, I can't.
Talking chat about the
I can't check the chat. Can't check the chat. I saw you.
You're Sugar Red.
www.marriage.com and Nick Tross?
Well, he drew before too. Now
Interesting.
Lara runs out though.
Well, Lara had run out, so that's interesting. I'm pretty sure Nick had made the initiation over to red, so this definitely reminds me of that.
That's why I'm saying.
It reminds me of that game 3 where, ironically, Lara would get the top deckers. So let's see if this is a second verse here. Let's find. Oh, that's a heat check. Heat check back to green.
It probably upsets Nick that Lara's the one that gets the wild.
Probably. But we've seen it before, right? This one's a little different though. Long way to go here. We've only been seeing mid-tier. You start seeing wilds being played 5-6. This is 10-12 cards. There's still a long way to go. So there's no threat of a crazy run. But you start getting a 7-6 card, then you start thinking about it. But with 12-10, unlikely. Okay, so interesting. Goes for the wild and draws after 2. That's interesting one, Sanford. Can't lie.
Well, I mean, we're stuck on the. To be fair, I mean we've had 2 zeros now, so there's only yellow and blue, so kind of makes sense that you could get stuck on it. Although it is interesting that Lara's the one to run out after just 1 green.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it could be one of those plays where Lara's trying to keep it in that box that we've been saying is the theme all game. Nick, does he get it? Yeah, but Nick will oblige and get out to Ed. That's interesting, Sam. We've seen a lot of zero sugar switches. We've seen a lot of when people are in dead end ruts, someone bails them out. Been a theme so far as well. A lot of themes so far this series, and we go into Brad. But you almost wonder if running these guys into corners and then getting them out, when's it going to backfire as we go into 1-up this time to retro, as we go back down to the gangsta. Table-wise, Nick's got PA, possession arrow. But Lara will go to yellow, trying to flip it with Brock. Oh, Nick with the crossover back to the gangsta 1. Does Lara have a double Brock? Oh, boy, that'd be some. What will Lara have here? Lara taking time right here. Really loading up. Here he comes, Sanford. This could be one of those Oblivion. Oh, boy.
Well, what's interesting is if Nick can't get an extra... I can say it's because they're both deafened. No clue if they're listening to the stream, but based on what I'm seeing, if Nick doesn't win another game...
Hold the phone, Sanford. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
This
goes into what I was saying, because if Nick doesn't win another game, the tiebreak could come down to road record.
Not a game ender, though. Only a 5-bagger. This is the Oblivion play.
Well, I mean, the point still stands, though, because since both of them beat Caesar, who would be the last place player, if this doesn't go to GD as a tiebreak between Nick and Lara, or sorry, Nick and Caesar, or Nick and Brad, then it could easily fall to road record.
Well, not over yet, because Lara throws the heat check. Go ahead.
Good luck to us, because then we have to look through every single game that they played in Super League.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Oh, Nick throws one back to Sanford.
Was
Well,
again.
yeah, but that's all right though. You gotta try something. I don't mind it.
Too.
I get why he did. It's definitely a desperation play. I get it. But this does give Lara a free opportunity if he does have an opening here to get out of it. Let's say plenty of reverse skip meta. A lot of reverse skip meta.
There's still still 4 reverses left.
Let's see what it'll be from Lara. Oh, well, he's going to throw the Heat Check +2 into the Ashley Wild. So there's the Caesar to Ashley, and he's got the PA. So a lot of ammo being distributed here. This is almost equal returns, even though Lara only threw +2 to Nick. So maybe Lara had ruined Nick's plans for a finish, and now Nick has to capitalize again.
Oh, yeah, that's a Monaco card.
There's Eric. Here comes Lara on the red. There's the old Logan, so that's still Lara with the possession. Still in that red zone area, 5-6. With how big the runs are, anything could drop at the tip of the hat.
Past the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, that's a lie right there. Luke will get that. Here comes the red 5 now. In the DJ up the background. We'll see a little later. Nick draws. Here comes Lara now. Does Lara have a chance to close down the red, which has been a popular color early? Lara loading up right here. Does he have anything? Taking his time here, Sanford. This could be the Oblivion play again. A triple play into Acosta. There's Leah Gold into the Acosta. And once again, Toaster Strats. It comes down to this check right here. Nick will have a decision to make, but this time into yellow. Interesting, because that's what Lara had faded off into earlier. Well, Nick will think this one through, Sanford. You almost gotta think with how much ammo's been explosive here. There's a couple options. Obviously, the safe option is just a classic +2, and that's it, right? And then we'll keep it going if you have it. If not, the other +4. But I don't know. The bot hasn't been trending +4s and +2s this game. It's been more reverse skip.
It hasn't been trending it to Nick.
No, hasn't. So he's going to have to probably do this the old-fashioned way. Use the CH and see.
And if let's say he's looking for color swap, the problem is it's not going to come off a skip.
Actually,
he could do reverses to get there. +2s. There's one, but then he can't switch into green. Like you said, +4s there.
that would be the easy one. But I think it would have already been the case. Right?
The one thing I will say, though, is because he's not playing this the not playing immediately, it's either because he's going to have 2 ways that he could play this, or he doesn't have a +2 or a +4.
I think we would have already saw it by now, right?
Because, those not a +2 or a +4 in this situation when you absolutely need to win at least one game is automatic if the opponent gets down to it. So the fact that he hasn't played automatically is definitely, or at least even shown an inkling that he's going to play. If I'm Lara, it tells me he probably doesn't. If I'm Lara, it tells me he doesn't have a +2 or a +4.
No, he's searching through what colors, or does he even say, you know what, screw it, just stick with the yellow? That's another thing. just joining us, there is one more game to go at the end of at 3 o'clock, but at this rate, who knows if that's going to start on time with how these guys play. We also had a 35-minute delay.
Yeah, we're an hour away from that.
Considering I also haven't had any lunch, I got to make some.
I mean, we're into lunchtime for me.
Yeah.
If you haven't had lunch, you're at lunner.
Yeah, I might be at winter here soon. Might have to go make some. I don't know. Here comes Nick. Let's see.
Next time he's figured out what his go-to plan is going to be here.
Well, like I said, it's take a timeout. That's basically what that was. Let's see what he's got. It's got to be a reverse skip, Meadows.
Okay.
He goes to
No,
blue.
it's just a no.
Does he stick it out? Lara for the win on a blue.
Or was it number efficiency? That's the other thing he's opened it up to.
No, great call. Oh, what a clutch call there.
It's a gutsy call he gets away with.
It worked, though. Let's see if he can continue, though. Remember, we've seen this, though. We've seen this. There's a double. Top decks do come into play. Plays the bad Brad Blue Deuce. Does Lara have the old bad Brad Blue Deuce ditto, or does he have a 2? What does he get on this? That's interesting. Here he comes. Does he get this back to check and really makes it interesting? Man, top deck?
Oh, boy.
Is that top deck +4? Or some type of top deck to cap her off?
Oh, it is.
Holy cannoli. That's a top deck.
Nick's taking a timeout after this.
Yeah,
Oh,
top deck. Great call from Nick, though, to go to blue, but what a job. It comes down to one game now. Holy crap. Nick's away from
in terms of timeouts, we could almost shave about 1.5 minutes off of the total time now.
Okay,
Because
so
there was the Nick timeout that he had
okay.
there.
So what, take 1.5 minutes off?
Well, I mean, considering this one's looking like it's going to make the board, might end up having to.
Okay. Well, I'll write that down. Game 6.
You had the bot stop in game 3 that would have still been in there.
Right, I still have that down for 2 minutes. Yeah.
And you have the Nick timeout there that was about 1 minute.
All right, so we'll have 3 minutes established. I'll keep that in mind. I'll fix up the log. Don't worry. Look, well, I'll get that to look. Well, I mean, there's nothing much to say there with the top deck, but that was a crazy game because it was just +2s after +2s, reverse after reverse, skip after skip. Talk to me through, man, what you got in that return after he gave you the Oblivion shot to start us off when he gave you that double +2 before that +4 topper.
Let me find it. Okay. What? What double +2 are you talking about?
The one where he stacked you early? Oh, I'll find it. It was just starting it off with the skip. Oh, let me turn the ping off. Here. Remember that one?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
it was just a game of returns. That's really what it was.
okay. So before that, I had yellow 4, yellow 9.
Right.
And that gave me the +6 gave me a green +2, the wild that I used right there, and then as well it gave me red 3, red 8, red skip, yellow skip. So I figured, okay, just green +2, just get rid of it, and then use the wild to go back to red, and then circle back to yellow.
Okay, so end around play. I got you. Not gonna ask much about the top deck. I mean, it's
He had me at the end there though. I only won because the top deck did a wild 4. So
right. He did the blue 9. Right. That his own card ironically saved him. I mean, Sanford. Nick's probably away from the keyboard still. It's been
I think so.
It's been the story though. It's been a lot of returns. Forget that top deck. A lot of returns, a lot of Pandora's boxes, and then just a little bit of lady luck on Lara's side at the end. I mean, it's been the story so far. Nick has one game to prove himself here. I'm gonna guess we'll probably, I don't know what if we'll run it back or want to
Well,
start.
he has one game to try and make the goal differential not matter, or the game differential not matter.
Yeah, otherwise it goes to what?
Under current results.
Yeah, then it goes to road record,
If
which is
Nick loses this game, because Caesar would be last place. We're
Right.
basically looking at road record tiebreaker,
right.
which neither me nor KT is going to know the exact
No, couldn't
road
tell you.
record right now, because Nick's road record would include the 4 games here where he went 1-3.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to check that. We don't have the answer. Well, I was going to ask Nick a question. I mean, but it's the last game. Nick, it's basically do or die. The only question I do have, though, before I top deck, the theory behind that Blues 9, did you just feel card history came into play there and he had switched off the blue a little bit early on the +2s he had thrown? Is that why you went there before I top deck? That was the clutch decision there?
Yeah, I felt like blue would be less likely to be his final card than, any other option. Again, it's another case of not really a lot off the start. I was able to build the hand a little bit through the draw city for once, but had to burn most of it just to keep Lara from winning the game right there and then when he got down to 2 cards. It really stinks to lose that game like that. There's, I don't know. Again, it's been the case of my Super League. Every single series, I go out here and I gotta fight the player and I gotta fight the bot. It's a miracle that I'm in this position to where I have a 1-game decider to where I either make the knockout stage or I don't. I'm begging the bot, just please, just if there was 1 game to where it would be even, please make it this game. I don't know. We're gonna have to lock in for this last one more than any other game in my entire MRE career.
All right, well, once you pick that start, it's going to be on you. What you think about this? Sanford, any final thoughts before we get to this last game?
It's going to be interesting to see how Lara, I guess, tries to play this, because
That's true.
Lara obviously going to get the 3 points automatically, but even if Lara wins this game, they can't catch Gone on the game differential. So
No. He'll be locked into maybe have 9 points.
yeah, he'll have the same points as Gone, but Gone's a game differential of 10.
Yeah,
Even with a win here, the +4 would put Lara at 8.
I think he'll be in that 9-10 line. I don't remember how it works after that.
So I think realistically,
Right now we both have 9 points, but Gon has a higher game.
Yeah. I don't think this game would have mattered. This game doesn't matter.
yeah, this game's not going to
I'm
matter.
not trying to catch Gon anyways.
No. Lara's goal was just to get
basically what I'm saying.
Lara's goal was just to get in. But all right, we'll go to Nick. We'll worry about that later. Well, probably even later because we got another game coming up. Let's get to it. Nick, your call, buddy. Last game for all the marbles. What we got? Well, yeah. I had a feeling we were gonna run it back. You can just ref it up, right? You just ref it. Oh, okay. Or that.
Wow.
All right. Well, there you go, buddy.
Go figure.
Started off with you, my
go
friend.
through 8 games. We go through 8 games, and they're 8 out of 8 were yellow or red on the start.
Jesus. Well, a lot of skip, a lot of reverses. Been a crazy game. Nick looking to get this to 5-3. And now I don't have internet. That's another problem. Just add that to the list of problems. I'll worry about that for the next game. Red 7 now. We'll start it off with Monaco.
All right. I thought you said Nick didn't have internet, so I'd pause the timer. Whoops.
No. That's kind of important because he's our ref for the next game. I think he can still rep the game, but I gotta have to find a scoreboard operator. It's probably hard. I'll get him set up. We'll go to the red 7. We'll see what Lara will do here. Lara has been pretty clean so far in cards. It hasn't really been one to switch on the first turn. So that makes sense there to play it cool into Allen. Here comes Nick. What has he got? We talked about trying to get a little bit, maybe something
we
built.
got the small straight is what we've got.
How about
5
that?
or 5 for the big straight.
Yeah, how that would work. Need a DJ. Another one. There, a DJ for the straight. Another one. There you go, buddy.
That's 40 points in Yahtzee.
Can we keep it going for the 4? Find out.
Maybe. Why not?
No, I mean, it's all in, right? It's the
No,
last game. Nah, that's
it.
There's a sack, but good little fun there. Now it's like I said, the question is going to become
Maybe
Sanford.
it's back on. Lara's got the 3.
Something new. Man, we're going through the red ringer here. Going through the red ringer. Let's see if Nick can change it, because he's been the one to flip the switches more so far.
You know what's funny is even a red 1 technically doesn't put the straight off the table.
No switch there. He'll draw. So yeah, you can still have it.
We're looking for that Tapir card for the straight to be back on.
Jeez. That'd be what a weird way to finish it up with a straight. Oh my god. Well, they can't hear us, so
What's
this.
funny is both times I've mentioned it, it's Lara that's playing.
They can't hear us, so that's fine. Well, there's the switch though, and we talked about. I said Nick has been the one to initiate the switches more, and he does it here. But Lara with possession, plenty of time too. There's drip drop.
0 sugar play. How many times will card history ever be that nicely looking? Red 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Going up the old elevator, huh? Or up the escalator.
There's another 2.
The old shoots and ladders will go in a bow. Now, can Lara find a something on a potential 2 or 3 play? That's what he's. If he can go for the 2 or 3.
Well, the
Back to
interesting
Brad.
part on that, Nick, the last red that he played was the 2. So
Interesting.
it looks like Nick definitely was looking for the color swap when he played the red 2.
There's Nick with the doubles. That will get him back into potentially PA range if Lara can't play. But Lara will off the guy who just joined the booth. I thought your internet was cooked. What are you doing here? Lane. We'll go to Lane. Oh, okay. Okay. Hotspot. Oh, boy. Nah, that sucks. Okay. We'll see what Lara will do here now. Trying to get this back. Can he find something to really test Nick on ammo, right? That's what I'm thinking, Sanford. He's going to try to send Nick to oblivion. It's been the strategy for him. He's been able to send Nick to oblivion, make him think. How about that? There it is.
It's a triple reverse.
There's that trip reverse. Ellison, double Goldie into your Pez. Lara squarely in the red zone. Touchdown, a field goal. What will Nick have? I mean, is he trying to burn Nick's ammo, right? That's the question that's... It's been the one thing so far Lara's been trying to do is put pressure on Nick to burn his ammo and then have straight runs to the finish. That's been the closeout.
Well, or is this a Tosi situation where
That's true, too.
a power play would have ended it because Lara just needed or has action cards even on top of this.
Yeah, reminds me a little bit of the Chad McGowan thing with the split ammo we saw in Game 4 when he won. We saw a split ammo play to finish it off. What will Nick do? Is he going to just burn his stuff? I mean, I would think he would here. I would think.
I think you definitely have to consider it.
Either that or
+4.
Yeah,
green.
I'll keep it in the box.
And the Ditto play.
How about that?
It's the other green 7.
Really artificial Ditto. Little sandwich Ditto. Into the W pads. Here comes Lara. Kept the green from Nick. Does he continue with the green? He'll go into the Chama Gate 1-up this time.
Let's go.
So Lara still can run the green. Nick decides to flip the scoreboard. He'll go to the 0 sugar and a Jenna. 2 possession game. A pocket pair for Nick. Here comes Lara. Plays it cool in the wall plan. What's it going to be? I mean, that's going to be the question, Sanford. What's it going to be on the return now? Because what did Nick give Lara will be the key. Oh, Nick the check.
Uno.
Using Lara's cards. What will Lara have now? Yellow had been switched off from Lara, so I get the play there. The question is, what's the return? Right? That's going to be the ultimate question. What did Nick give Lara on that return? That will decide this game. I think Lara's going to think this one through like Nick almost here, Sanford. You almost wonder if you're Lara, do you have a potential reverse skip meta left to go into an end around if you don't have an action card? Do you just shut that up here with a +2? Let's see. Goes for the red heat check wild. Is that game for Nick? No, what a play from Lara. Clutch. Now Lara with the chance to get this to 3.
Mark.
Huh?
I said past the 8-minute mark.
Past the 8-minute mark. Here comes Lara. What does he got? Double play.
Double play into DJ.
Nick draws. Nick.
Oh, no.
Here comes Lara. Is this split ammo or is this the check? Lara looking for the win.
Typing up like it's the win.
No win.
Just check.
Checks it up. Now Nick would, well, it really depends on, he goes to yellow. That might save him. Unless it's number efficiency. Is it number efficiency in the Brock? Lara for the number efficiency for the win.
We're going to know if this is a GG message or not.
I mean, it's going to come down to the 1, right, Sanford? Surely it's 1 or nothing. It's uno or nothing. Uno or nada. We'll see.
Nick's praying.
Nick's praying.
Red's apparently praying with him.
Well, you got it. Well,
There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
I think that's game.
got to be game, right?
Monkey boy, we're going to the knockout stage. Let's go.
Oh, geez. Lara, real quick. What did you have, real quick? Lara, what did you have at the end, buddy? I didn't hear me. Lara, what was your last card, boss? Or did you actually just have a double red to finish and that yellow 1 saved you? Or that yellow 1 saved you, Nick?
Yellow did at least.
What was that?
What was your? Did you need to just stay on red to win the game, or did you need something completely different to start off?
No, actually, I don't know what the I didn't see what card I drew. But no, my last card was not red.
So you needed a blue or green then probably. I got you. So you're looking to play ISO. Nick, I mean, the thing that really was interesting was the +4. It finally came in when you needed it. Then you had the reverse skip meta. Talk to me through that +4. Did you finally top deck one, or was it a case of just you had the old good starter hand and you saved it to the end?
I had a decent starting hand. For once. Thank you, Emery Unobot, for giving me a decent starting hand for once. I had the wild +4 off the start. I didn't want to risk it, even if Lara had absolutely nothing there. You can't risk it there. You have to play the defensive +4. Kept it green on that green 7. Regardless of switch or if he kept it green, I would have been able to keep it running. Got to the Uno. It was that. It was the yellow 7, and then the yellow 1 was my last card there. So when he wilded it over to the red, my heart absolutely dropped because I thought, oh no, that's my Super League right there. He got a bunch of ammo off my +4 again. But no, I was able to get the yellow reverse and the yellow 3 off the top deck. It was a holy top deck right there. Able to keep it so that it was only one color there. Oh my god. I'm so relieved right now. I don't care that I'm barely scraping into the knockout stage. We got a spot in there, and I'm ecstatic right now. You don't even believe it. You wouldn't even. This means so much to me. I can't even put it into words right now.
Yeah, we'll see where Nick plays. Maybe we'll have Nick versus Andy, the trilogy. That'd be something. That would actually be something. Sanford, Nick squeaks by. Lara does the business and gets the win overall. I mean, that's it for Group A. I mean, your thoughts on this crazy series? It worked itself out in a weird way.
Well, I mean, the problem of you don't want me to do a commentary on this because then it's going to be me that comes in with any of the reasons for tapping the brakes a little bit sometimes. And that's exactly what it's going to be because, yes, it all worked out for Nick. He's through. As the results stand right now, I'm not going to rule out that there might be a protest from someone. Just due to the nature of how a particular match went. So I'm going to tap the brakes on it. Congrats to Nick, though, on at least getting the game to make that one game in particular that might be protested matter.
All right, well, I'll keep it going here. I don't have any graphics, unfortunately, updated with the schedule, or I don't have the standings here because I have to go to Lamas and he's not here. So we'll just kind of put the standings and flash them in the pan. As of now, Nick's moving on. Despite having a minus GD2 and 4 points, that's enough to move on. We'll see. We'll deal with the politics. Oh, actually, hold on. I think Lamas just got me. Hold on. Sam, keep talking. Lamas just got me. Let's say, hold
on.
I'll flip them.
Well, let's see. What do we got? I guess interesting part.
He's gonna get me right now. Perfect.
I'm just looking through some of the stuff. I guess interesting that we had 25 skips played out of what is that? 258 cards.
Skip heaven. Well, actually, I'll go to Lara before Lara. You're moving on, obviously, to round 12. We don't know who you're playing. It could be a rematch. You could get a rematch with Acosta. Your thoughts on that? Or I don't know. I don't even know who would be the. Well, I think it is a rematch with Acosta, right? Because I don't think you play Gone again.
So
how would that work? I don't know how it works, to be honest. I know 11 and 12 is just points. It goes off of points.
So 9-10 is the second place guys.
Right.
So it would depend on can the second place person in Group B get to 9?
Yes. I believe so.
So
Monkey can if he wins today.
So it still could be either way then because Monkey. Because I don't think we decided seeding tiebreaks at any point. We decided it within a group.
Advanced tie breaks only, yeah.
Yeah, we decided advanced tiebreaks. I don't know if we had ever... Which if we didn't, I don't know why we didn't, because in hindsight, this is when the way that we decide the reseeding, it could easily have happened.
Okay, then we won't know then. We won't know the answer to that yet then. So we'll have to wait for the monkey game to see. But yeah, well, Lara, the only person we know it's locked into said spot is Acosta. Let's say theoretically that's the match you play. Your thoughts on, let's say for the hell of it, you get Acosta again. What was your thought beyond that? Or your thoughts on if you get, I don't know, any other opponent? Could be Myth or Randy. What's your thoughts going into your first ever knockout stage in Super League? Your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's just exciting in general to being like this close to, like, you know, top of the world and everything. Yeah, I think a rematch with Acosta would be pretty fun. I know, like, Acosta is like the guy right now because he like he's 3-1-0 and no one else is. But I think I could stand toe-to-toe with him. I don't know who else. Hold on, let me check the.
I don't think you would slip that low to Myth or Andy. I think it'd be a. We have to think about whoever. If you're the 9 seed, then whoever the 8 seed would be, or if you're the 10 seed. I think that's how it works. I don't know. Seed type race is something we need to look into, but we did have advancement type race for sure. Yeah, I don't think he would slip that low to Myth or Andy Sanford. That doesn't seem possible.
No, it's Kate. Yepis thought we were talking about Lara.
Yeah, Lara. I don't think Lara can't slip the Myth or Andy. It's impossible. He's got 9 points.
Although actually, yeah, Andy or Myth would be who the third place guys get.
It'd probably be Nick or background right now.
That's the advantage to being
Monkey.
That's the advantage to being the 5 and 6s. Yes, you only get a single bye, but you also get to play one of the last people to advance.
Right.
As we've had, or at least I guess I've been in this VC for 2.5 hours now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, we talked about this being a long game. Nick's ecstatic. He's probably gonna do some things off the table. We got one more game left. We're not going to get into that. We're going to keep it PG here. But it's been a wild day. We got one more game. That will determine who gets second place in the Group B. We know Acosta's already moved on, and he got the top of the heap. Gon's already on. Lara's already on. Nick's on for now. And we'll see what happens with Monkey Background, who will get the P2 in Group B. That's the only thing left to play for. For myself and Sanford, it's been a long day, and it's just getting started. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you in about 45 minutes. I need to get some lunch. Need to get a snack, and we'll get everything turned around. Have a good one. Until then, we'll see you in about 45. This has been a special presentation of MRE Uno Division 1 Super League 2025.